Okay, so 4.2 is about reflections. And if you think about a reflection, you look in the mirror, you see a reflection. So the mirror is going to change sometimes where the mirror is located. So it says reflect point P, state the coordinates of P prime. All right. So -5, 3. So we're going to go left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And I did it again. Did not take my pen. Let's try this one more time. Left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's P. Okay. Now, it says to reflect it over the y-axis. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the y-axis, all right, and we're just going to count. So how many spaces is it away from y? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just going to go 5 the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be my P prime. So if we look at that, the new spot is 5, 3. Similar. We'll talk about that. All right, next one. -4, -3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 left, and down 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Over the y-axis again, just count from here, and here's what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a little off there. All right, so there's my P prime. And that's going to be at 4, -3. Last one, -1, -5. So I go left 1 and down 1. Use a different color. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So that's my P right there. And then it's 1 away from the y-axis. So it's going to be 1 away from the y-axis over here. That's going to be +1, -5. Do you notice anything about those? We'll talk about that. All right. Reflection is a transformation that uses a line like a mirror to reflect a figure. The mirror line is called the line of reflection. In the previous one, we just used the y-axis. Okay? Now, all this jargon on the left is basically says this. Notice how what we did before was we counted from this point here, and then we counted the same amount over here. So this was 2 to the left, and this was 2 to the right. Okay, well, this line, the line of reflection, we were using the y-axis, is a bisector. It's right in the middle. The mirror is the midpoint. Okay, but if I start off with my point on the mirror, then my reflection is on the mirror. Okay, it stays there, and that will happen sometimes. All right, graph ABC with vertices 1, 3. So we'll go right 1, up 1, 2, 3. 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 2, and 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay, so little triangle here. All right, so here's my A, here's my B, and here's my C. Now, we're getting a little more advanced here. We're going to go over the line x equals 3. Now, the line x equals 3 is a vertical line at 3, basically going through 3, 0. Okay? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to put a line here. I say on your, when you do this, just draw like a dotted line or use a colored pencil. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go right here. This is my mirror. This is my line of reflection. So that's where we're going to count to now. Okay? We're going to count to that line. So I'm going to use a different color here. Actually, I'm going to fix this up. Put my C here. And then I'm going to go to a different color. So look at A and count to the line. It is 2 spaces left of the line. So my A prime is going to be 2 spaces right of prime. Okay? Now C is 2 spaces to the right. So we're going to go 2 spaces to the left. There's my C prime. I'm sorry, that's supposed to be B. That's my B prime. My bad. And C, notice, is 1 space left of the line. So this is going to be C prime right there. And it's kind of hard to tell because this is a small image. Okay? But that is rotated over the line x equals 3. Okay. Now, to make this easier, because it's already too garbled up, I'm going to change this from y equals 1 to y equals -1. It's already going to be quite busy, but it'll make it a little bit easier. In fact, I'm going to make it -3. Okay, so my dotted line is going to be down at 1, 2, 3 right here. This is my line of reflection. That was supposed to be dotted. It does not look very dotted, does it? Let's try that again. Dotted line right there. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Here's my line of reflection. So I'm going to go back to my original A. Now, it's going to be a little hard to see. Hopefully you can follow along on your paper. It'll be a little bit easier. Okay. So I'm going back to my original A up here in green. It is 1, 2, I may have gone too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this will work. Maybe not. Sorry about that. Let's see. No, that'll work. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 above the line. So I'm going to go straight down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just fits. And that's going to be my A. I mean, we could call it prime because we're not moving it a second time. So this is also A prime. Okay. And then B, which was up here. And we're going to count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 above the line. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 below the line. And C is 1, 2, 3, 4 above. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 below. And there is my triangle reflected over that line. So you can kind of imagine folding your piece of paper right here. Okay, see how the point C is, closer to the line, to the fold than A is, and C prime here is closer to the fold than A is. That's what's happening here. All right, graph FG, -1, 2. So -1, +2. There's F. And G at 1, 2. Simple little line right there. F, G. And its image after the line y equals x. So the line y equals x is a special one. It is one that goes from here to here, corner to corner. And so this one is going to be kind of a strange one, all right? And we're going to give you a little cheat cards to remember these. But basically what happens is they're going to switch. So 1, 2 is going to become 2, 1. X and Y just switch. So if I go to 2, 1, that's going to be my G prime. And 2, -1 is going to be my F prime. Like so. All right, coordinate rules for reflections. So these are kind of summaries here. If it's reflected across the x-axis, all right, then the image is going to be A, -B. So if we're folding it up or down, the y changes to the opposite direction. If we're going across the y-axis, remember that's when we counted left, then we counted right. Notice the x is going to flip. If we're going across y equals x, the one we just did, xy becomes yx. How we just switch those, AB becomes BA. And we didn't show this one, but if it was y equals -x, and that would be y equals -x would just be this line right here. It's kind of the same thing where they flip, but they also become opposite. So it becomes -B, -A. All right? So it says graph FG from example 2 and its image after reflection in the line y equals -x. Okay? So we're going to go the same thing, go -1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay? There's my F, there's my G. Except remember this time, we're going across this line right here. I don't know what happened right there. So, again, this is going to switch, first off, places to -1, but then we got to make them both opposite. -2, +1. Okay? So, again, this would be y equals x, and then it's one more step for y equals -x. So 1, 2, we just switch them to 1 like we did before, and then we do one more switch where we make them both opposite. So -2, 1, 2, +1, and -2, -1 right here. So this is F prime, and this is G prime. Similar concept, just adding a negative. All right, graph ABC with vertices 0, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. It's really great if you can use a straight edge for these. So this is A, B, and C. And it says we're going to slide it like so. Here's my instructions, -2, -4. If I wanted to put that in vector form, it would be -2, -4. And then we're going to reflect over the y-axis. So this is one of those compositions. So first we're going to move everything left 2 and down 4. So I'm going to count 1, 2 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's my A prime. Okay, B, 1, 2 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my B prime. Sorry, my pen is not doing very well today. And C, I'm going to go 2 to the left, 1, 2, and down, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my C prime. Now notice, basically, this is this triangle moved 1, 2 spaces left, and 1, 2, 3, 4 down. That's all I did. So that's why it's A prime, B prime, C prime. That was my first move. Now I'm going to reflect over the y-axis. All right? Remember the y-axis is this line right here. So I'm going to count to that line and then count the other direction. And remember, all I'm doing is switching here. All right? So A is 2 spaces left. I'm sorry, A prime is 2 spaces left of that line. So I'm going to go 2 spaces right of that line. So there's my A double prime. B is 1 space right of it. So I'm going to go one space left of it. And that's going to be my B double prime. And C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. There's my C double prime. And then my triangle is right here. So that's the same triangle reflected over the y-axis. It's folded over that. All right, lines of symmetry. Where can you fold it and it will match? Well, if I go this way and fold it top to bottom, it will match. If I go right down the middle, that was not supposed to happen. If I go right down the middle, that's horrible, but it would fold left to right and be perfect. Okay? Now, if I try to fold it this way, it would not fold over equally. All right? It would not look right. So, that is a no. So how many lines of symmetry does this one have? It has 2. Okay? Now this one, this is special. This one, if I go corner to corner on all of these, that will work. It will fold over. Okay? And if I go straight down the middle, and if I think about it going this way, kind of the middle of that flat part, and this way, okay, how many lines did I just draw? Okay, so I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This right here is the same one. So the answer is 6. And this last one, I really only have one choice. I can fold it top to bottom. That's it. So I have 1. That's it.